Welcome to Global English. This is a weekly series of English lessons for non-native speakers, to practice English language for daily conversation. Global English, Lesson 3. Asking for time off. Asking for time off. In this lesson, you will learn how to ask your boss for a leave when you have no more vacation days left. You will learn how to politely ask your boss for some time off from work, and some great vocabulary and phrases to make sure you get it. So, first let's listen to the dialogue.
Dialogue.
In this dialogue, you will listen to a conversation between Rachna and her boss, where Rachna speaks to him for some time off to attend her sister's wedding overseas. Let's listen to the dialogue and I will come back and explain you some great vocabulary and phrases that you hear from the dialogue.
Mr. Shah, do you have a second? I need to talk to you about something.
Sure, Rachna, what can I do for you?
Well, I was just wondering, you see. I know, I've used up all my vacation days this year. But my sister is getting married, and the wedding is overseas.
So, you wanna take some time off, is that right?
Well, sir, I was just hoping that I might be able to take some unpaid leaves this year.
What dates are you planning on taking off? I'll need at least 2 months' notice, so that I can plan for your absence.
I was thinking of taking off from September 1st until the 30th. Would you be okay with that?
Well, I guess so.
Well, it sounds like the boss wasn't too happy of Rachna's leave request. She wanted to take off for 30 days. I guess that is a long time. Okay, we have some great words for you from the dialogue. Let's review them in the next section, Vocabulary Review.
Vocabulary Review.
In this section, we have 4 words for you from the dialogue. Let's listen to them. The first word is vacation days. So, what are vacation days? Vacation days are basically the number of personal leave days that your company offers you. Vacation days are the number of days you can take to go on a vacation in a year. Generally, companies offer 10 vacation days to their employees in a year. But some companies even offer 15 or 20 vacation days in the year. Alright, now let's listen to some example sentences on how you can use this word in your daily conversation.
Example 1. I'm afraid I cannot join you on this trip. I've used up all my vacation days. Example 2. I've taken 2 weeks off to take care of the baby. I don't have any vacation days left to attend my cousin's wedding.
The second word is overseas. Overseas. So, when you travel overseas, you travel over the ocean. For example, when you travel to New Zealand, Australia or the United States, you can say you are traveling overseas. It's quite simple to understand the word overseas. The third word is unpaid leaves. Unpaid leaves. Again, this word is pretty simple to understand. It basically means time off without pay, or time off without salary. Our last word in vocabulary review is notice. Notice. First, let's look at some example sentences for the word notice, which will make you understand the word better.
Example 1.
If you want to quit your job, make sure you give enough notice. You will need to tell us at least 4 weeks in advance.
Example 2. I want to give you an early good notice that I will be away from the office during the first week of September.
Example 3.
You didn't give me enough notice about this project. I didn't have enough time to finish it. So, when you give someone a notice, you give them information in advance. If you want to take time off, you need to give your boss a notice in advance, might be a 10 or 15 days notice in advance, so your boss can arrange someone to take care of your responsibilities at work in your absence. Now, let's listen to some phrases that we heard in the dialogue, in our next section, Fluency Adder.
Fluency Adder.
A lot of people sometimes feel nervous of asking the boss time off. It's kind of a difficult subject, but today we will learn some great phrases that you can use the next time you need to ask your boss for some time off. The first phrase is, have a second. This is a nice way to make sure your boss isn't busy when you want to ask him something. It is basically used to make sure someone isn't busy. But, we can also say this in different ways. Let's listen to some example sentences.
Example 1.
Do you have a second? I need your help on this.
Example 2.
John, if you have a second, could you take a look at this report? There seems to be an error.
Well, a great way to approach your boss. I simply love this phrase. Do you have a second? It's very natural. Let's look at the next phrase. Our second phrase is, okay, with. In the dialogue, this is how Rachna did it.
Would you be okay with that? Would you be okay with that?
Well, you can use this phrase when you want to make sure your boss agrees with you taking time off. This is a great pattern of making sure your boss agrees. It's basically used to make sure that someone agrees with what you are asking for. Now, let's listen to some example sentences to understand this phrase further.
Example 1.
Honey, are you okay with staying home for dinner tonight?
Example 2.
I assume he will be okay with this arrangement.
Example 3.
Can you go and make sure boss is okay with the plan? Alright, now let's listen to the dialogue once again, and now you can understand the words and phrases more clearly.
Dialogue.
Mr. Shah, do you have a second? I need to talk to you about something.
Sure, Rachna, what can I do for you?
Well, I was just wondering, you see. I know, I've used up all my vacation days this year. But my sister is getting married, and the wedding is overseas.
So, you wanna take some time off, is that right?
Well, sir, I was just hoping that I might be able to take some unpaid leaves this year.
What dates are you planning on taking off? I'll need at least 2 months' notice, so that I can plan for your absence.
I was thinking of taking off from September 1st until the 30th. Would you be okay with that?
Well, I guess so.
So, that's the end of our today's lesson. I hope you learned some great words and phrases that you can use the next time you want to ask your boss for some time off. Practice all the vocabulary and phrases you learned in this lesson, so you can be fluent in English. See you again with another lesson. Subscribe to our channel and stay connected with all the new episodes. Visit our website at letstalkpodcast.com. See you again. Till then, bye and take care.